Hi horse bosses, welcome to week 1 of the Horse Boss Challenge, Chain Your Own Barrel Horse. This is LB. I'll tell you how she got her name here toward the end of the clip. This is our first ride at home. I decided I would warm her up a little bit before hopping on her. She's been acting kind of really sassy and hot since we got her home, so I'm a little concerned that possibly she was either drugged or under the influence of something, or I'm not really sure when we got her because she's kind of acting spunky and like a different horse. So this is day 1. This is the first trot through the barrels. This mare's never seen barrels or even knows what they are. So we decided to just do a little trot through and see what was happening. She was really having a hard time with the bit and just kind of knowing what to do. It was a little bit frustrating. When I rode her for the first time when we purchased her, she was super calm and collected and didn't do any of this that she's doing right now. So again, I was a little bit more concerned. She would just get mad and stop and not move forward at all. But this is our day 1 first run through. Not the prettiest. Hopefully we can build on it from there, and we'll just keep kind to grow together and learn and see where we end up. So shortly after this little run through, LB decided that she was done and she wouldn't go forward or go backwards, and she took off bucking, and we ended up in the ER that night with some broken ribs. This is day 2 where we worked on our rating points. This time I have a helmet on. I wasn't too sure exactly what was going on with my ribs, but I was pretty sore, but I figured as long as we trot and don't do a lot of twisting, I would be able to do this. So we really practiced on rating. She seems to be doing a little better today, not shaking her head and fighting quite as much. I was told when we got her that she's super spoiled, and now I'm wondering if part of that being spoiled was she would work a little bit and then she would be done and she would just buck people off. We did this 6 times. A few of the times were rough, but by the end of it, I feel like we were doing pretty smooth and she was doing pretty good. I was hurting pretty bad, so we were just barely able to get through our 6, and then we were done for the day. This is day 3 where we worked on adding a little bit of speed. It kind of just put a little more pressure on LB, and she kind of wasn't sure what to do. And then when we asked her to stop, she was kind of just throwing her head all around and throwing a fit. So we did make an appointment for her to see a dentist. It's not going to be for a week or 2, but I'm wondering if she has some wood teeth in there that are really bothering her. But we did work on trying to add some speed between the barrels. We did do this a total of 5 times. I got pretty sore toward the end, just with how my ribs were feeling, but she was starting to listen. This is day 4 where we went back to basics. I really appreciated this day because some of the stuff that I was pretty certain and told that LB knew she really doesn't know. So we worked on backing up until she would stop fighting and collect her nose. Anytime she would collect just a little bit, we'd release the pressure. I also did a lot of other, like just working in a circle and getting her to collect and picked up with that shoulder, and then getting her just to listen to leg cues. I feel like she has these buttons in there, but sometime along the way in her 7 years, she's been allowed to just get away with stuff, and when she's done with it, she's just been allowed to be done. So I really was impressed that those are in there, but a little bit frustrated that I have to work so hard to get them out. So we're definitely going to do at least a day or two of working on basics and getting her to listen. She does know how to do stuff. I'm not quite sure about this whole throwing her mouth stuff. She does just have an O-ring snaffle in her mouth, and I do have the draw reins on. Another thing we did is we worked on side passing and moving her front end and moving her back end. And again, she was able to do this kind of stuff. It just seemed like a little bit of a fight to get her to actually do it. So I know that it's in there. I just don't know how long it's been since someone's actually asked her to do it or made her do it and not given up on her when she throws a little bit of a fit. So this was kind of a nice day. I did not take her out of the arena because this area is fenced in, and because she did buck me off pretty hard at the beginning of the week, I didn't feel really safe working her by myself without a fence closed and a safe area. So next week we'll try to do it outside of the arena, but today we stayed inside the arena. So this is day 5 where we worked on just kind of going in the direction. I did feel like we were getting just a little bit better. I could tell that she wasn't throwing her head quite as much and that she was listening a little bit more. She just seemed to still have a little bit of hard time on that right turn, but not so much on the third barrel when she turns right. So I'm not really sure what to think about that. But she is rating down. She is listening to me and overturning the barrel like we're trying to do. I feel like she got better each time that we did this. Not quite so much head shaking. She's still wearing the same O-ring snaffle and wearing the split reins. I think I said draw reins earlier on, but I meant split reins. And she is doing pretty good. I am using a little bit more leg pressure to make her turn too. And I think that might help with staying off her mouth just a little bit until we are able to get her teeth fixed. But I am kind of seeing from the beginning of the week just a little bit of progress. She seems a little bit more willing and a little bit more understanding of what I'm asking her to do. So this was kind of nice just to move her through the barrels and to make her overturn them just a little bit and see how she would perform. I felt really good about this. Still super sore from all the fractured ribs, but I felt like she was at least trying and listening and had her ears focused on me when I needed her to. So I really felt like this was a kind of a nice little win for me and her today, just to smooth out some of the stuff that we've been doing and to feel like maybe there is a glimmer of hope and she will be able to come together and be a little barrel horse. And this was the last one we did, and I feel like this was the best one we have done all week working on this whole pattern. She's not really flipping her head too much. She's listening. She knows exactly what I want. She's moving out. She turns to the right pretty good. She's rating down. She kind of has her head tucked and collected, and she's overturning the barrels like I'm asking her to, and then she's moving on to the third. We didn't really add too much speed because I couldn't handle it with the fractured ribs, but I was really pleased, and I felt like this was the best little run through that we have made since we started this project on day 1. Day 6, we went on a little short trail ride with another horse boss, Melissa. She kind of helped us do some pictures. It was kind of just a little short trail ride, but it was enough to kind of let us both relax and see what's going on. On day 7, I rode my other mare and we worked on qualifying for a rodeo, and then we put this video together. Enjoy! See you next week. Bye.